Merch Minds Podcast, episode 126. Special episode today. Special interview today. My name is Glenn. This is Young.
It's always a special show, man.
I know, there's always a special
Always,
guest. Always.
always. What's going on with you, man?
It just got over like that cold. Last week, I don't think I really talked about it, but I was still like a little bit sick, and then now I'm like finally, I think, better. Like 98%.
Hmm.
So I think I should be ready to go.
Okay, cool.
Finally have some
Um,
energy.
what's your numbers looking like?
Let's see, pull the numbers up. You have your
Come on,
numbers ready to go?
I got my numbers. Spit them out, man. Spit it out.
All right, last 7 days. Where are we? Products sold 65, 3 returns, which I'm glad that finally went down a little bit.
What was
Estimated
it last week?
royalties. I think I had like 8 returns, 8 or
Man,
9.
okay.
Estimated royalties $205.46. And then some
Mhm.
of the other like UK and the other ones, there was only like 4 or 5 other sales on
And
those.
your royalties, if I recall, it went up because last week you were in the hundreds.
I was at like 160 or something
Okay,
like that.
so
So
it
it did
went up
go
a
up
little.
like $45. So
Okay,
yeah, no
all right.
complaints.
My last 7 days, 81 products sold, 3 returns, product purchases, $1,636.49. Estimated royalties, 345.96. Um, I don't remember where my royalties were at last week, but if I were to guess, I think my numbers went up a little bit, um,
Mhm.
which is good. I have been uploading again. The first time in a long time, I've been uploading, putting my designs up on um, the tank tops, V-necks, the raglans. Um,
So are you still paying? Here's a random question, but are you still paying designers right now,
you know
like
what?
for new designs or?
I have not utilized them in the last couple of weeks, and I feel bad. Um, but then again, they were going through the whole. They didn't graduate, right? But
Mhm,
with the
mhm.
whole end of the school year, they were busy anyways, going through the whole finals thing anyways.
Oh, so they
Um,
weren't messing with you, like wondering where's
they
work.
they they weren't bothering me asking me for work because I kind of knew what their schedule was like. Again, um, the school year ending and the finals, finals due. So it just kind of worked out perfect. But I need to start leveraging and using those guys again
So
because they're
with these designs that you just uploaded recently, are they
these are
like
all the
old?
ones that I've had. These are
Okay,
all
so
the
they're
ones that I've
older.
had. So these are all the designs that I've had. I'm just re-uploading them onto the new products. Been messing with the new batch uploader. Is that what you call it? The batch uploader or
Yeah, I guess technically, yeah.
and it's not hard, but it's something that you have to get used to. So I've been messing with that. Let's see. So we'll see. We'll see how my numbers are here in the next few weeks. Having more products out there on the market. Hopefully, it'll bring my numbers up. Let's see.
How many
Uh,
live do you have right now?
Probably around 2,500.
Oh, okay. 2,500 products.
Uh
All
huh.
right, makes sense.
2,500. Still at the 6K tier. I've noticed a lot of people getting tiered up. Have you noticed that in the groups?
Oh yeah, I did see that. I think someone recently got to like 20,000.
That was Harrison. That was
Yeah.
Harrison. I had dinner with him on Sunday too. So yeah, Harrison's doing good stuff. Was it 20 or 30? I forgot where he was at. Um,
Let me
I
see.
don't remember. Anyway, but yeah. So speaking of dinner with Harrison and all, and our guest today, Christina. So Matt Sheeran was in town for his sister's graduation. So he had a small window where we could meet and have a quick dinner and a drink. So it was me, Matt, our guest today, Christina Romero, and Harrison Caldwell, all Bear area folks, obviously, with the exception of Matt, and had a good time, man. I mean, we had a good time. just a quick and easy burger and a couple of glasses of beers, and just chopped up merch, and yeah, it was good times. Um, you been watching the finals, or at least the playoffs? Not the finals, but the playoffs, the
Oh
NBA
yeah, I
playoffs.
have. I know Golden State just won yesterday, so now their finals ready.
Yep, yep.
So
So I was watching that game last night and then uploading at the same time on
okay.
merch. So that was cool. And it seems like, hey man, I mean, look, we were the first ones to talk about it. I'm not here to brag or nothing, but we were the first ones to talk about it, about how, well, at least I was, about how I was leveraging my merch designs as KDP covers, right?
Mhm.
And then, but yeah, ever since then, now people are doing it a lot, you know, and no, well, I'm not trying to be funny. It seems like really, I mean, the whole KDP community is blowing up, right? A lot of people are migrating over there. Um, so we'll see how that works out. Um, again, you know, we quickly mentioned Jacob's workshop that he just released last week, and you reminded me that if any of you guys bought his workshop through my affiliate link, just make sure to message me or email me, and I'll get you the bonuses. But yeah, man, KDP is blowing up. More and more people are doing it. It seems like.
I think that's a good thing because then maybe they'll leave merch totally, and then merch will go back up, and then everybody's gonna be stuck at KDP mode.
Who knows? Who knows? You know, the problem with these things, man, is like it's just it's whenever something new comes out, right? You know how it is. You've been in the game for a while,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, it's a shiny new toy.
Yeah, right. It's like whenever something new, watch, you know, and I guarantee you, the next time Amazon comes out with something new and significant, it'll be the same thing, right? Everyone's gonna not really leave, but you know, everyone's gonna just kind of put everything on hold and then go do this new thing,
Yeah, I mean,
right?
I can't blame that because
Even though KDPs have been around for a while.
yeah, that's the thing though. It has been around for a while, but then I mean, when merch first came out, it was like a big time shiny new toy because we'd never seen Amazon pull something like this. I mean, like our guest is going to talk about Zazzle and other things before that, but we had never seen Amazon doing this as far as like T-shirts and these physical products. So once you're the
Yeah,
first ones
well,
to get in, I mean, those are the ones that are going to see the most success because
they weren't the first ones, but I think their problem was it wasn't really a problem on purpose, but they I don't think they forecasted merch by Amazon growing that big. Because remember, it was only for app developers,
yeah,
right? But even though they were saying it's for app developers, anyone can sign up, and obviously, um, um, it just blew up. But yeah, it seems like everyone's migrating over to KDP. Um, so we'll see how that turns out. But no, you know what? I'm happy. I'm happy that people are experimenting with different platforms like KDP. Um, you know, but yeah, just you just kind of figure out what's best for you. But let's get into today's guest, Christina Romero. She's a local person here in San Jose. Um, kind of bummed out, actually. Now I think about it, that I don't see her as often as I should, even though she's local. But we do hang out occasionally, and uh, someone who puts up decent numbers, as you'll find out. I was really
oh
surprised
yeah,
when she told me. I was
better
like,
than
"What the
decent.
hell?" Um, I must have misheard her over dinner, but yeah, I was really surprised at the type of numbers that she's putting out on merch. But then again, you understand why, because her work ethics are just. I mean, she definitely puts the work in. So let's talk to Christina. Hey everyone! Today we have an awesome guest, my good friend Christina Romero. First and foremost, Christina, let me congratulate you on the beautiful baby boy, Oliver. The guy looks like a champ. I can't wait to meet him. Uh, uh, so, congratulations. So, go ahead and introduce yourself to us. Obviously, I know you, and this is your first time talking to Glenn, but the listeners would obviously want to get to know you better as well.
Yeah, totally. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you guys for having me. Yeah, I'm from the Bay Area and I started with the print on demand back in 2015. And that was on Zazzle. Every year after that, up until now, I've added a different platform. Um, and since 2015, I've just trying to been learning a lot on my own and watching up and keeping up with you guys and all the groups and definitely been following Glenn. I tried the resale thing, but it's super difficult with my schedule, but
It's a grind. Yeah.
it is. It is.
Yeah. But yeah, so Christina lives out of here in San Jose where I live. Um Surprisingly we don't hang out as much as even though I would love to. I know we just had dinner this past Sunday, so
Yeah.
it was great catching up with you and again congratulations. I mean, I was very surprised you even came out because I know it hasn't even been a week yet, but
Yeah, he's
uh
only a couple days old, but again, my wife was like, "You got to go," and I was totally excited to go. So I appreciate the invite for sure.
yeah, absolutely. So tell us, what are your last 7 days like? And the reason I'm asking is
Sure.
because I know over dinner we have both talked and both our numbers, all our numbers, even Glenn. I mean,
Yeah.
we talk about it on a weekly basis how our numbers are declining and they're kind of unstable.
Yeah, I don't know, mine have been pretty steady. Right now, my last seven are about let's see, 324 sales for 942 in royalties.
I was
Nine
gonna
hundred
say.
and forty-two dollars in royalties.
Yeah,
That's your last 7 days.
that's my last
Young,
seven.
you said it's slow or like what's going on here?
Good God, that's a lot.
This
It's all
completely
right.
changed.
That Okay, that completely changed the show. No, that's I think that's awesome. But so Christina, she's uh uh you're obviously doing really good. And I know you have your hands in other platforms like you mentioned.
Yeah,
And you're someone, she's really really quiet in the groups, like she'll never say anything,
yeah.
but she's there, like she pays attention. But you don't talk much in the groups, but she's definitely putting up decent numbers. So are you still uploading on various platforms, or is merch your primary?
Yeah, I would say merch is the primary, which I work on pretty much every day. Etsy would be the secondary, pretty much every day, and all the platforms after that I really get to when I can. I kind of wait till I have a good amount to upload, and then either the uploader that I have in Bangladesh will do it, or I'll kind of just try to knock it out myself over a few hours. But the other ones I have are Zazzle, Redbubble, Spreadshirt, Cafe Press. I think that's it. And then I started a Shopify not too long ago with one of my niches that were doing pretty well, and that's okay. I make a few sales a month,
Hmm.
but yeah, merch is definitely the merch and Etsy are my primary PODs that I work on every day.
Right, right. Glenn, did you have any questions?
So what about the like the idea and design process? So you do both of them, I guess, yourself or outsource a little bit?
The only thing I outsource has been uploading, and that is pretty recent. Um, as far as the designs, it's something that I enjoy to do, and that's kind of how I started back in 2015. I started with Zazzle. I've always liked the idea of being a designer, or I mean, back in the day, if I as far back as I can remember, I started like paint back in the day, just putting designs together. I used to try to sell shirts, like iron on shirts with designs I made.
Oh wow.
Um, yeah, so the design aspect I very much enjoy. So I do that all myself. All the research I do myself. Just with I now use Merch Informer, but I'll go on Amazon, look at the BSRs. I'll go on Pinterest and see what's being repinned a lot. That's pretty much my process. Some things work out, some things don't, but I think you won't know for yourself until you post things. So I just try to post as much as I can.
Yeah, and I think that's the one cool thing about Merch by Amazon and this whole print on demand craze is that the people that want to do their own design, like they'll go out and learn everything, and
Yeah.
that's obviously what you've done, and that's really cool. Other people like RJ, they're obviously about outsourcing like every aspect of the business, and that's okay
Mhm.
too, right? But
Yeah.
I think again, for the people that want to learn design, I mean, it's fun, right?
It is for me, definitely. I mean, it's got me thinking about. I know that Glenn, he did some design in college, and so did you. So I feel like, yeah, that's probably something I want to try to fit in my schedule, either online or go to community college here and just try to take some courses and learn some things that I don't know. Try to become more efficient. It is something that I enjoy to do. So why not, try to get myself to the highest possible, potential that I have. I mean,
No
I like
doubt.
it. So
No doubt. Hey, but if you do, one thing I recommend is I've taken just about every class locally, and
okay.
the one place that they always pointed to was Foothill College.
Oh, really?
So look into Foothill College
Okay.
for
Okay.
junior college. Apparently, they have the best program as
Okay.
far as junior colleges. But yeah. So and what's cool is you were telling me on Sunday. Now you have your wife doing Etsy. Like
Yeah, for
she got
sure.
bit by the bug, huh? Tell us
She
about
sure did.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, she's kind of in a place where she wants to eventually transition out of her semi full-time job. She works for a doctor who's going to be retiring soon, so she's just trying to supplement her income a little bit. So I think it was like we gave ourselves 90 days to see what we could do together just on Etsy. And I don't know what's up with merch, but she's been rejected time and time again.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get her in there somehow. I mean, we've tried different emails, different banks, this and that. I wrote them the other day. No luck yet, but I'm not going to give up. So in the meantime, we've just been on Etsy. Within the 90 days, I was able to get her, we were able to get her account to around 1,000 to 1,500 a month. So she's totally enjoying it. She only designs on the Over app. But I help her with that. I help her how to do the research, look for what's selling. And it's funny because some of her designs she'll show me and I'm like, I don't know about the font. I don't know about this or that. And they end up selling. So I think it's you have to have an open mind when it comes to these things and don't be scared to put things out there. Your style may appeal to someone else. So she's been doing well though. She really enjoys it. Customer service, she's killing it. So I really encourage people to try it. And right now I'm in a position where I'm thinking, there's certain people in my family, different members that are like, I could use this type of money. I could use an extra $1,000, an extra $500. So I'm trying to figure out a way to kind of get a little family training together and see what we can do with that. And, just see where that goes. Cause I think if I can help my family members out, maybe take it to other kids in high school or college that want to make some extra money and kind of do maybe hands-on workshops or something like that. I think that'd be cool. There's so
Yeah,
much potential here. And I mean, it's so
there's a lot
worth
of
it.
potential, and we'll talk about
Yeah.
that here in a second. Glenn, any more questions for you, bud?
What do you think? I guess how many hours do you technically put in, like per day or per week? Would you say, like on merch and
Yeah.
Etsy?
Okay. So let's see. So I do work at 9 to 5. When I'm at work, I am trying to knock out as much work as I can. So I have time at work to design or upload.
Yeah.
So definitely I would say at least I give myself an hour at work to design, repin my designs. So definitely an hour there. When I come home, the schedule's changed a little bit. Well, once my first son goes down, he's about 2.5 for bed, which is like 7 to 8. I usually work till at least try to push myself to midnight. Before it used to be longer, but I'm just having a hard time with that. So I would say a day, at least 5 to 6 hours. And on the
Okay.
weekends, I really go hard. On the weekends, since it's Saturday the next day, some days I'll stay up till like 4 in the morning just to really knock stuff out. I do enjoy it. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I know, but I enjoy it. I really do. I'll put something on, I'll watch YouTube, whatever the case may be. But I'm kind
Well,
of
you know what?
addicted
It
to it.
doesn't. I mean, if you're going until like 4 or 5 in the morning, it doesn't surprise me that you're
Yeah.
doing the numbers that you're doing,
Yeah.
because you're obviously putting the work in. Um,
Sure.
but yeah, no. One thing that you mentioned about how you want to get your family involved and stuff. Every
Yeah.
time, and Glenn, and you can chime in on this too. Every time, I mean, my parents know. They know what I do, but they're so damn old. They can't. Their time is up. They can't even try and copy what I'm doing now. But every time, like other family members, cousins or whatever, even friends, I tell them what I do. It's They kind of look at me kind of sideways, like, "Is this guy
Yeah.
for real?" It's like, and then they see how successful you are, not just financially, but having the time and freedom to do what you enjoy. that's when they're like, what the hell? And then
Mhm.
the point that I'm trying to make is I've tried so many times to try and
Yeah.
teach people this business, and it just goes in one ear and comes out the other. They're
Yeah.
no longer interested because they think there's some kind of a magic trick, right? And then when you tell them how much work that is actually involved, they're no longer interested.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why don't you guys both chime in on that? Is that the case?
Well, I think
I
it's
don't know.
most kind of like an instant gratification type of thing. I mean, they see the success that you already had, so they just think that since you're going to show them the fast track on how to do it, that
Yeah.
it's just gonna happen. So it's kind of like, why try to learn this full thing if it's not really needed? I know I helped a friend with merch, and then it
But you were
just
actually running his account for him, though. It's
yeah
not like
yeah. So
it's not like he was doing any work.
yeah, I mean, he started to upload a little bit on his own, but then it just started coming up to like, well, it hasn't sold, and it was only like like a week in. I'm like, what do you expect? You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah,
that they wanted to sell quickly, wanted to sell now because they saw that success. Like it's gonna be easy or
they
something.
want to see results immediately.
Yeah.
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 How about you, Christina? What was your experience with that? Trying to help family members and all that.
Yeah, I haven't really had any experience trying to help them, but I do get the confusion, I guess, when it comes to explaining what I do and how it all works. And I mean, I'm sure, of course, they're interested in, making the money, but when it comes to, the designing, the running the store, they kind of lose interest there. So I think if it's like a hands-on thing, or like I tell certain family members, look, you're totally into golf. Let's do a store around golf, or let's just do shirts around
Yeah.
golf, or whatever the case may be, because that might help keep them interested. And then once they see things slowly going, I think that may pique their interest. But yeah, I think if you're not initially interested in the design aspect or the running a store or making shirts, I think it's hard for them to get. But my experience, even with my wife, I'm like, let's start with certain niches and things that you're into, right? Let's start there, and that's kind of worked for her too. She's kind of really evolved her store over interests that she likes, and she's killing it. It's not necessarily things I would add to my store, or I'm not into, but she's killing it.
That's awesome. And I think it's not you don't need to have a passion for design. I think you
No.
should just there has to be something that you can relate to, right? Like
Yeah.
whether it's providing customer support, like we talked about on Sunday, right?
Mhm.
Or just again, managing a team, like kind of like RJ, right? He
Right.
loves managing a team. As long as you can relate to any part of that business, I think you can be successful. It's
For
just
sure.
you need to find passion in it, right?
Yeah. Somehow, some
Um,
way, for sure.
so I mean, if you guys are thinking, well, Glenn and Christina and Young, they're making decent money. Well, hell, I'm gonna do it too. Well, you gotta do some work. It's
Yeah.
not easy. It's
Yeah.
not
How
easy.
do you crank out designs till 4 a.m.? That's a real question. Is it like coffee, or
Yeah.
like what keeps you going?
Oh,
Like,
definitely. I was never really a coffee drinker. After my first son, he's 2.5. That I drink so much freaking coffee now, it's ridiculous. Like, so much. Like, I'll always have a cup of coffee on my desk, no matter what time of day it is. Especially in the late nights. Super guilty of snacking super late. That kind of like chocolate or something, like, it helps. But yeah, things like that are putting, also another guilty pleasure is reality TV, and it's kind of embarrassing. So I'll watch like my Real Housewives like super late. So that'll keep me up.
What?
I know, it's terrible. It's ridiculous. I don't even know why I watch it. But but that crap will keep me up like hours. Or good YouTube videos. Sometimes when I'm really lacking, I'll put like motivational videos on, some Tony Robbins, Les Brown, Eric Thomas, like someone just to keep you pumped, and let you know it's not going to come to you. You have to work. So you just constantly got to find something to keep yourself awake. But
yeah, no, it makes sense. And right now, let's say like if you're keeping it at like the 900 royalty per week, so we're close to like 4,000 for the month,
yeah.
more or less. So what about let's say the last year or so? What does your journey look like? Was it at 4,000 at that point? Did it go up? Did it go down?
Yeah, so far I'm on a scale of going up. I keep like a Google spreadsheet since 2015. I'm looking at it right now. So 2015 in Zazzle was my only print on demand platform. So that first year I only made $3,500. 2016 I had Zazzle, Cafe Press, Spreadshirt, Redbubble. That year I did 12,000. So that's like 4 times the amount, right?
Mm-hmm.
2017, I had all those other platforms plus merch plus Etsy. That year I did 32,000. Last year in 2018, I had all those platforms again. I tried, let's see what I have here. The Shopify with my certain niche, I only did $500, but in total, last year I did 85,000. So things are definitely always going up.
Scaling.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
Wow.
and when I look at already this year, it's like 25 to 35% increase month to month. So if I do that, I'm hoping to, get to 6 figures, to break 6 figures this year. That's the goal.
Those are really impressive.
Plus full-time job and
Plus a
kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
2 kids,
2
by the
kids
way.
are great. Yeah.
2 kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, those are definitely impressive numbers. How many stores do you have on Etsy?
Just one general store.
One general store, and then you have your wife's store. Or any
Yes.
more because I know Matt's always talking about you have to have a niche store.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you have to start that way. I started with a general store, but I do see that there's so much more focus potential and brand awareness if you do a niche store. That's definitely like really close on my radar. I want to do like my top 2 niches, whatever, and break those down into specific Etsy stores and then, have a social, Instagram and Facebook page that I can drive my own traffic to that. And then that way people who are in that store, they have the ability to shop in that niche. I think that's powerful, but it's just not something I've done yet, but I want to.
So you obviously have your hands in everything, right? Just about every platform there is.
Yeah. And I'm dipping my toe in KDP as we talked about on Sunday because it just sounds great. Yeah.
So that was my next question. Obviously, we talked about this, but for the listeners, are you going to dive into KDP and how's that coming along?
Absolutely. I only have maybe 20 or so listings. I've sold nothing. I'm not discouraged, but I'm not putting my everyday attention to it just yet. Certain long nights, like a Friday night, I'll start to do stuff on there, but I definitely see the potential. I mean, I hear all that you guys are saying about it. And now that I have Book Bolt, it helps with the designer cover. And then Talking Sunday, I realized how important it is to try to have unique templates. So that's something that I'm going to start working on also, but I'll definitely be on KDP. I want to really try to get things ramped up before Q4. That way I think it'd be a good test for me to kind of see, is this something that I should be focusing on? But I have so many gigs of designs that I know certain things would be good on books. So it's on my radar also, probably before a niche store. I'm thinking KDP is going to be right under Etsy for my top 3.
Yeah, no, I think it was Neil. So I try to be really careful about what I upload because and I've said this, like I don't design specifically for KDP. Everything that I upload on KDP are my t-shirt designs, but I'm really careful about what I upload because some of my designs might have the word shirt in it, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm really careful about, going in and kind of picking and choosing what I'm going to upload. Neil was saying that he just goes in and just uploads whatever. And he was saying that people still buy KDP journals with the word shirt in it.
Wow.
Like this is my grandma's shirt.
It's all
like, who the hell's buying a grandma's shirt on the KDP?
Poor grandma.
I don't get it. But yeah, so I'm a little more careful about doing it. But yeah, so explain to the listeners. Obviously, I know what's the upload process like on KDP.
And that's probably why I have only 20 up there. It's so long.
I don't blame you.
It's so long. It's like 3 tabs, and then once you get to that freaking launch preview, it's like, oh my god! Like no matter what you do. And I heard Neil see on the other one. I have so many tabs open, so once you get to that point, it can just load. I just haven't found a way to make it super efficient for me yet, but it freaking kills compared to uploading a shirt. But I just gotta get over that hump. I gotta find a way to make that more efficient.
I think he's coming out with an automator if it's not out already. But I know I had come up with a system, my own personal system, where I have like 20 tabs open, and I just have everything running, and I can upload about maybe 20 within an hour.
Nice.
but that kind of gets old, right? I did that about. It's probably why my back's all busted up, man. I'm sitting in my
Oh
damn
God, I
chair.
hear you.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sitting in my damn chair for freaking couple of hours uploading KDP journals. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, so I have that system in place. Probably not the most uh, efficient way to do it though, but hey, it works for me. But yeah, so
Yeah,
it's not hard, but it's like, oh gosh, it's like
it's
just
tedious.
yeah, it's a very long and tedious. So if Neil does come out with an automator, man, kudos to him. Um,
I
but
guess well, I was
go
trying
ahead, man.
just real quick back to merch. First off, how many products do you have live? And number two, um, how has the new bulk uploader helped you, or has it really? I guess two questions.
Yeah, yeah. So right now I have 7,500 designs live. I'm at the 10K tier. Before the uploader, I was at like 5,000. So it's helped me tremendously. I love it. And some of the products on there, as far as the V-neck and the tank top, those have been doing really well for me. And Raglans, I haven't sold much, but yeah, I'm digging the uploader for sure. I mean, it's super efficient. It's getting my numbers up there. My next goal is to obviously tier up just to have more space. So I love it. I love the new products. I love the bulk uploader. Yeah, no complaints.
Yeah, and I mean that's going by it's almost the same thing going by tab by tab. I mean, it didn't really take as long as like KDP to upload, but still
Yeah,
opening all those tabs, especially when you had like a different color,
yeah,
on a darker shirt and then compared to a lighter shirt, like it would just take forever. But
for sure.
no, it's good to hear. So 7,500 live. I mean that's impressive getting all those in.
Yeah,
Thank you.
have you
Thank
even messed
you.
with it yet, Glenn?
I've messed with it, yes.
Okay, so you have uploaded some shirts, some
Yes.
designs
Yes.
since, um, because in case you haven't heard, Christina, Glenn's kind of losing his merch mojo.
I
So
heard.
we're trying to slap him around and get him back into the game.
I'm not mad at him though. His resale hustle is incredible. So I mean,
Oh yeah,
I'm
no,
not. Oh, he phones in
he's
the back too. Nice.
no, he's definitely putting up some decent numbers. He shows me his eBay numbers every now and then, and yeah, no, his numbers. I mean, he has to put his attention where he's making the most money, and I
No
totally get
doubt.
it.
No doubt.
Yeah, but hey, man, get Glenn, just 2 hours out of the week. You can't
Yeah.
commit 2 hours out of the week.
That's what I'm getting into. I actually just got into like answering all DMs and emails this weekend, and I was like, man, I
Nice.
gotta this is getting wild. So, I mean, that would go before that, but still, I need to make sure to get all of that situated too. I need to find out how to do all of this all at
Yeah,
once. Gets
Yeah,
wild.
that's
yeah,
the
no,
hard part.
yeah, no. Merch has definitely changed since we started, and it's going to continue to change. But and just we're just going to have to roll with it, man. But hey, Christina, thanks so much for being here.
For
One
sure.
thing I do want to say is, you did go take my advice. You went to go see Abe, the
Yeah, I
accountant.
did. That's
He
right.
hates it. He hates it when I say CPA.
That's
He
right.
always says I'm an enrolled agent. And he's been working out for you, yeah.
Yeah, totally. He's a good guy. I had a great time going to meet him. He took care of me. So I'm excited to move forward and see what he can help me out with this coming year.
Yeah, and again, guys, this isn't. I mean, he doesn't. I don't have an affiliate link or anything. This is just a public service announcement. If you guys do want a good accountant, he is taking clients. As an enrolled agent, apparently he can take on clients anywhere in the country.
Nice.
Um, and one thing he told me was he said, never go visit a CPA or an accountant at the last minute, because if there's something wrong,
Yeah,
you got to give them time to fix it. So he
for
said,
sure.
right now is probably the best time to contact any accountant. I know he's currently traveling, but yeah, just want to throw it out there. His oh, and number two, just because your CPA or accountant's cheaper doesn't mean you're getting the best savings. I know
Yeah, totally.
Abe has worked miracles for me, and I pay a premium price. So I'm just gonna throw it out there. But I'm glad you like him. But thank you so much for your time. I know you're super busy. Um, Man, Oliver, I can't wait to meet him. Uh, maybe next time we do a local meetup here in San Jose, you can bring him out. Yeah.
Yeah, he's cool for sure. I'll bring him over.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you
Yeah,
so
thank you
much. And
guys.
yeah, and we'll catch up soon.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, I thought it was an awesome interview. Like I think it's a really good value, and just had like a really cool like vibe that was just like pretty real. Didn't
That's just
seem like
that's just Christina, man. She's a good person. You know, she's down to earth. You know, she's awesome.
yeah, I really liked the interview. I think it went great. And I think some of the feedback, we'll see what we get, some kind of comments and stuff, and what people also what they think. I think it was good, also just to hear, someone talk about merch in a different light because it was talking about hey making almost close to 4,000, 7,500 live, and not really seeing like it's kind of slow or like it's kind of down. Like someone that's been doing the work and seeing the results. I mean, I'm not seeing the results because I'm not doing the work. I mean, that's just
Right.
what comes with
No,
it.
and
Like, I
she's
don't
definitely
expect my numbers to be high if I'm not doing the work.
right. No, and she's definitely putting the work in. And you know what? She deserves it. No excuses, man. I bitch about merch, but at the same time, I don't work as much as hard as she does on merch. And granted, she has two kids, and I'm over here bitching about, oh man, my freaking merch account doesn't grow. You know what? After talking to her, I just gotta put some more time and effort into it. Seriously, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's the case for all of us, right? I mean, we shouldn't. If your merch account isn't growing, you're probably not putting the time and effort in, like she is. She's definitely grinding. She's staying up till 4 or 5 in the morning. We're over here dicking around, going to bed by 7. Um, you know, yeah, no, she definitely deserves all the success, man. Good for her.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. We'll definitely bring her back again, and I want to see where she's at like Q4 time and see like where
Nah,
those
man,
numbers are pumped up to.
I don't want to talk to her during Q4 because then she'll just make me look like a fool.
All right, fine, maybe next year then. Just kidding.
Next year.
All right,
Next year
sounds
for
good.
sure. But cool, man. You got anything else going on?
Um, Nothing really much going on. I mean, like I said, I think it's good to kind of like get back into it, but also just catching up on things. This weekend, I was able to really catch up on a lot of the other work I was doing, so that also helps at least get like
What's all
the
those
real
shoes behind
turn.
you, man? I see some new Nike boxes. What are
Oh
those?
yeah. I was able to clean up the office and like move inventory around, so now
Show
I
them to
got
us, man. What is that?
and then I can't bring these out. It's actually for a future video I'm going to talk about. So we can't
You
talk
can't.
about them yet.
You can't show it to
We
us.
can't show
You
it to
can't.
you.
You can't give us a sneak
We
preview.
can't. You can see the box. That's enough.
All right.
That's enough for the sneak peek.
All right. Whatever, man.
All
Cool, man. We'll talk to you guys next week.
right. See ya.